Welcome to our top 8 round at the RSPK Throwback tournament held at Full Group Games. On the left we have Bella, piloting Chiro. Bella's deck aims to accelerate energy into play with Latias' fellow boost Pokepower to take quick knockouts with a suite of basic EX attackers, moving energies between attackers with Mewtwo's Delta Switch Pokepower, and denying prize cards by discarding damaged attackers with Giant Stump. On the right we have Noah, piloting Bombtar. Noah's deck aims to set up a Dark Tyranitar by knocking out its own Electrode EX using the Extra Energy Bomb Pokepower to accelerate energies from the discard pile into play for Tyranitar's powerful but costly attack costs to exploit cards that benefit from being behind on prize cards like POW Hand Extension and Scramble Energy. Noah wins the flip, and Bella draws a card off Noah's mulligan. Noah attaches a Darkness Energy and a Cessation Crystal to Larvitar, turning off all Pokepowers and Pokebodies. He attacks with Bite, dealing 10 damage. Bella draws for turn and plays Holland Transceiver, searching his deck for a Holland supporter, finding Holland Mentor. He plays it for turn, discarding Alakazam Star, searching up 3 basic Pokemon with 100 HP or less, finding Holland's Magnemite, Delta Latios EX, and Latias EX. He attaches Holland's Magnemite to Latias EX. He plays Windstorm, discarding Cessation Crystal from play. He retreats Delta Latias EX into Latias EX thanks to Delta Latios' Link Wing Pokebody. He attacks with Hypnoblast, dealing 10 damage to Larvitar, flipping tails on sleep. Noah draws for turn and benches Larvitar. He plays Holland Mentor, discarding Holland Mentor, searching up a Voltorb, Holland's Voltorb, and Jirachi, putting them into his hand. He benches Voltorb and Jirachi, attaching Holland's Voltorb to Jirachi. He retreats into Jirachi and attacks with Make-A-Wish, putting a damage counter on Jirachi, searching up a Pokemon that evolves from one of his benched, finding Dark Pupitar, and evolving Larvitar. Bella draws for turn and plays Holland Transceiver, searching his deck, finding Holland Mentor, and playing it for turn, discarding Latias EX. He searches up a Lapras, Jirachi EX, and a Holland's Cast Form, putting them into his hand. He benches Regirock EX. He attaches a Holland's Cast Form to Latias EX, returning an energy to his hand. He uses Delta Latias EX's fellow boost Pokepower, attaching a Psychic Energy from his hand to Delta Latios EX, ending his turn. Noah draws for turn and evolves Dark Pupitar into Dark Tyranitar. He plays Rocket's Admin, with both players shuffling their hands into their decks and drawing 6 cards. He evolves his bench Larvitar into Dark Pupitar. He attacks with Make-A-Wish, putting 1 damage counter on it, searching for a Pokemon that evolves from one of his bench, finding Dark Tyranitar, and evolving it. Bella draws for turn and plays Holland Mentor, discarding Kyogre EX, searching up a Jirachi EX, Holland's Cast Form, and Delta Mewtwo, putting them into his hand. He attaches a Water Energy to Regirock EX. He benches Jirachi EX. He uses Delta Latias EX's fellow boost Pokepower, attaching a Psychic Energy from his hand to Delta Latias EX, ending his turn. Noah draws for turn and plays Steven's Advice, drawing 5 cards. He attaches a Holland FF Energy to his bench Dark Tyranitar. He attacks with Jirachi's Make-A-Wish, putting a damage counter on it, searching his deck for a Pokemon that evolves from one of his bench, finding Electrode EX, and evolving Voltorb. Bella draws for turn and attaches a Psychic Energy to Jirachi. He attaches a Balloon Berry to Regirock EX. He retreats into Jirachi EX and attacks with Shield Beam, dealing 30 damage to Jirachi and preventing all Pokepowers during Noah's next turn. Noah draws for turn and plays Holland Mentor, discarding Jirachi, searching up a Lapras, Voltorb, and another Larvitar, putting them into his hand. He benches Larvitar and attaches a Cessation Crystal to it. He attacks with Make-A-Wish, putting a damage counter on Jirachi, knocking it out, and Bella takes a prize card. He searches up a Dark Pupitar, evolving Larvitar and promoting it to the active spot. Bella draws for turn and plays Holland Transceiver, searching his deck and finding Holland Mentor. He plays Holland Mentor, discarding a card and searching up a Holland's Magnemite, Holland's Cast Form, and a Regirock EX. He attaches Holland's Magnemite to Latias EX. He retreats into Latias EX and attacks with Mist Ball, discarding Holland's Cast Form and taking the knockout on Dark Pupitar, drawing a prize card. Noah promotes Dark Tyranitar and draws for turn. He plays Windstorm, discarding Balloon Berry from Regirock EX. He plays Holland Transceiver, searching his deck, failing to find. He plays POW Hand Extension, bringing up Regirock EX into the active spot. He uses Electrode's Extra Energy Bomb Pokepower, knocking out Electrode, accelerating a Darkness Energy from his discard pile to his active Dark Tyranitar, and Bella takes 2 prize cards. He attaches Cessation Crystal to his active Dark Tyranitar, turning off all Pokepowers and Pokebodies. He plays Rocket's Admin, with both players shuffling their hands into their decks, with Noah drawing 6 and Bella drawing 2. He attaches Scramble Energy to his active Dark Tyranitar. He plays Curse Stone and attacks with Tyranitar's Bite Off, dealing 130 damage and taking the knockout and drawing 2 prize cards. In between turns, Curse Stone puts a damage counter on all Pokemon with Pokepowers. Bella promotes Latias EX and draws for turn. He attaches a Fire Energy to Delta Latias EX. He attacks with Hypnoblast, once again flipping tails for sleep, dealing 10 damage to Tyranitar. In between turns, Curse Stone puts a damage counter on all Pokemon with Pokepowers. Noah draws for turn and plays POW Hand Extension, bringing up Delta Latias EX to the active. He plays Stevens of Ice, drawing 4 cards. He attaches a Darkness Energy to his active Dark Tyranitar and uses Bite Off, dealing 140 damage, taking the knockout on Latias, drawing 2 more prize cards. Bella promotes Latias and draws for turn. He attaches a Balloon Berry to Delta Latios EX and a Water Energy to Latias EX. He retreats into Latias EX, discarding Balloon Berry. He attacks with Hypnoblast, dealing 10 damage to Dark Tyranitar and finally flipping heads, putting Tyranitar to sleep. Noah shows Bella the attachment for Bite Off and the game-winning double Warp Point, and Noah wins the game. What a match. Bella was able to get extra attachments in the early game with Fellow Boost, and shut off Noah's access to Poké Powers with Jirachi EX's Shield Beam. However, Noah was given enough time to set up behind his own Jirachi, evolving up his entire board. Noah's devastating single turn of hand and board disruption, combined with finding the much needed Scramble Energy, allowed him to sweep 3 EX Pokemon off the board before Bella could respond. The most valuable card in today's game goes to POW Hand Extension. POW is one of the most powerful cards in RSPK, being able to drag up any of the opponent's benched Pokemon, but only provided that you're behind on prize cards, which is something that almost every RSPK deck is comfortable doing. Trainer-based gusting is always powerful in combination with hand disruption, which allowed Noah to remove the biggest threat on the board, being Regirock EX, one of the few answers to Dark Tyranitar, and limit Bella's options for a response. Noah was also able to use POW on the next turn to eliminate the threat of Delta Latias EX before it put any significant pressure on Noah's only powered-up attacker. My footage of the top 4 game was corrupt, so tune in next time for some Worlds 2010 action. And check out the top 8 rounds and the conclusion of the tournament over on Tricky Gym, linked in the description. This has been the Holland Scientist. Until next time.